Hello, I'm Dr. Jeff Smith, author of the book Living Pain-Free. It's your choice. That means I wrote the book on how to live a pain-free life. We're here to talk about peripheral neuropathy today. Now, if you're watching this video, or you have peripheral neuropathy, or you know someone that has had peripheral neuropathy, this video is going to change your life. We consult with over 18,000 patients a year out of this office here in Bentonville, Arkansas. We have a website. It's called www.thechronicpainclinic.com. thechronicpainclinic.com. If you'll go to that website, you'll get some information about our office. You'll get to read about patients much like yourself that have gone through our treatments and successfully changed their lives. When you come in to see me, I'll give you a copy of the DVD. This DVD has our patients' testimonies on there. People that couldn't wait to not tell others about their success. We want you to be a part of that. We also have in our office a book. It's called Clinic Success Stories, where our patients have written letters, hundreds of letters about their success in our office. We're here to talk about peripheral neuropathy and why medicine and treatments have failed you up till this point in time. How do you finally end your chronic health care condition? How do you finally end peripheral neuropathy? Or restless leg syndrome, for that matter, because they're tied closely together. What makes us so different? We treat our patients metabolically and neurologically. Metabolically and neurologically. Okay, what does that mean exactly? Well, metabolically it means we're going to look at your blood. We're going to look at the chemistries inside of your body. Okay? How does that affect a restless leg syndrome or a peripheral neuropathy patient? When we examine you, we leave no stone unturned. We check everything. Here's why that's important. Number one, we're going to run specific metabolic panels on you. Okay? We're going to look at things like thyroid, a complete metabolic count, a lipid panel with your triglycerides, your HDLs, and your LDLs, a complete blood count with autodifferential. Now, I know what you're going to say. Doctor, I've had all the blood tests. I'm normal. I'm fine. The doctor went over the test with me and said it's fine. Okay? Why are you still sick? If your tests are fine, why are you watching this video? Here's why. When your doctor gets that report from the lab, and we'll just use thyroid as an example, okay? That lab report says your thyroid should be between 0.5 and 5.0. Your number was 3.4, let's say. Your doctor will take that lab report and say, oh, well, you're 3.4, you're within normal range, right? There's nothing wrong with your thyroid. Well, doctor, why am I still sick? Why do I still have restless leg peripheral neuropathy if there's nothing wrong with me? Here's why. What the lab says is normal is not what is functionally normal. Functionally normal, or in other words, optimal, is a whole different ball of wax. The lab range is 0.5 to 5.0 for thyroid. The functional range, or optimal range, is 1.8 to 3.0. If you're a 3.4, your thyroid is too high, and your doctor didn't catch it. Okay? We have to run these tests because we got to know what is the optimal functioning level of your body. Because if you have anything out of those ranges, your restless leg and your peripheral neuropathy will not get better under any circumstance. All those conditions, all those chronic conditions have to be addressed and looked at. Okay? Sensitivity testing. What is sensitivity testing? We run a test on our patients called an ASI test, Adrenal Stress Index test. Sensitive test. We need to know if you're sensitive to soy, gluten, yeast, milk, eggs. Now, why would that be important to know? Well, if you're sensitive, if your body is sensitive to any one of those things, these are some of the symptoms. Number one, chronic pain or fatigue. If you have restless leg, or if you have peripheral neuropathy, you have chronic pain. And you're probably going to be fatigued because you're up all hours of the night anyway. frequent indigestion, bloating after you eat. You know, you ever eaten and just felt kind of, ugh. That's from sensitivity to those foods. Constipation or alternative frequent loose bowel movements, mouth ulcers and sores. You could have sores in your mouth. You could vomit. All of that is just from being sensitive to those food items. How do you know if you're sensitive? You run the test. But your doctor has to know to do that. Adrenal stress index, I just mentioned that. Why were the adrenal glands, why would they be important to an RLS or peripheral neuropathy patient? Well, your adrenal glands sit right here on top of your kidneys, and they're basically your stress glands. Okay? If you have pain, your body is experiencing stress. And if your adrenal glands aren't working, your body is not going to be able to handle that stress, and it will add to the pain levels. It will snowball. Okay? Your blood pressure will go high or out of control. Okay? You can't sleep at night. The cortisone levels in your brain will go up. That'll cause you to be wide awake at 3 o'clock in the morning and dead tired at 3 p.m. in the afternoon. Okay? All that's related to the ASI test. Okay? If you suffer from those things, that test is the only test that's going to show us why. Okay? More importantly, what to do about it. Autoimmune disorder. Why would an autoimmune disorder be relevant in a peripheral neuropathy or a RLS patient? Restless leg. Well, if you're autoimmune, that means your body's going to attack itself from the inside out. It will attack and eat away at the nerve endings. Attack the brain tissue. Okay? If you have peripheral neuropathy, your nerve endings are already on fire. Alright? You don't want your body adding to it. We need to know. The only way to know, again, is to run the test. Many patients that suffer from chronic pain like you have immune problems. There's antibodies you can look at for the thyroid, for example. TPO and TPG. If those antibodies are too high in your bloodstream, you're going to suffer from Hashimoto's disease. What's Hashimoto's disease? Well, it's an underfunctioning thyroid. And essentially what it means is you're going to be tired and gain weight and not be able to lose it. Okay? Your immune system literally can attack your nervous system, which would cause pain and numbness to be worse. It's possible that your immune system is actually causing your peripheral neuropathy and your restless leg. Not a pinched nerve. It could be just your immune system. How would you know that? Run the test. But your doctor has to know what to do. He has to know what tests to run. We run tests like lymphocyte subpopulation, Th1 and Th2 cytokine panels, natural killer cell panels. Those tests tell us exactly what's happening inside your immune system. Okay? And without it, we're not going to know what's wrong. Okay? H. pylori, Helicobacter pylori, that's a bacteria that's in our gut. We all have it. We all should have it, but we shouldn't have an excess amount of it. What happens if you have too much of it? Well, you suffer from leaky gut syndrome. Your intestines leak inside your body. Now, you know what happens when an appendix bursts? A person gets really sick really fast. Well, if leaky gut syndrome is happening, the same thing's going to be occurring. Okay? How would that affect RLS or peripheral neuropathy? Well, if you get sick from the inside out, it's going to make all your pain worse. Make you even sicker.